Start. There we go. All right. Hey everyone, this is Aiden. I figured I'd finally get around to.
It just went on live.
Yeah. I figured I would finally get around to making that video or podcast, I guess you can call it, that I was wanting to do to explain the week-long absence. It's more than just Dissidia Final Fantasy that we'll be talking about, but that's the primary one we'll be talking about, if I recall correctly.
I think that's what we'll mostly be talking about because we can't really talk about the other one too much.
Yeah. Those of you who have watched my channel, you know me as Aiden or Phayn if you've watched my friend's channel. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, I'm Magi. One of the things, good friends on YouTube and co-worker. Currently, because he's not able to do videos, I'm invited him on to come on and join me and shit talk me while I try to do my Let's Plays.
Yeah.
He does a damn good job of annoying the shit out of me, since his X buttons kind of went very bad.
Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure you can hear this. That's me pressing the other face buttons. Can you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear that fine.
Now I'm pressing the X button.
Sounds like my X button. But I like my controller
that's
nice and broken in. Well, if it's not broke, if the buttons are too tight, then I worry about breaking them.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and click on the stream, pause it, so I can pop out the chat.
That's what I was gonna do.
Hey man, how's it going?
Who's here?
My buddy Dusty. He's the one with the username Lycan86.
Welcome, Dusty.
Are you at work right now, man?
I love how it shows that background I made you.
Right? That's actually pretty nice, and thank you for making that.
I'm gonna remake it.
And that's a shame. I was gonna see whether or not you had gotten to participate in the beta or whatnot. But
I'm gonna remake
you can at least respond in the chat. So,
yeah,
but let's see. Yeah, this is a good time to do the video because I'm pretty miffed about my controller.
Yeah, I know, man. I'm gonna share this on Twitter.
You go right ahead. Go ahead and get the word out, I suppose.
That's what I was gonna do.
Yeah, there was a beta last week that started, or well, not last week, but the week before. From what was it, Thursday to Sunday?
Oh, it was so good. That's all I did.
It was one of those betas you had to have gotten a code from Square Enix. It was for Dissidia Final Fantasy NT, and
I'm so glad I got footage.
It was pretty much nothing but the online play, but it was a blast. Even though I really only played a few matches as Furion, and the remainder of the matches I played was as Onion Knight.
I mostly play as Cloud, so what's your point?
I mean, like, I'm super freaking psyched for this game, man. I can't wait for it to come out. But the primary focus of this is to talk about our experiences with the beta for Dissidia Final Fantasy NT and the short experiences that Magi and I had with the beta for what was it again?
Gundam Versus.
Oh yeah, Gundam Versus. Hopefully Bandai Namco doesn't mind us talking about that now that it's well over. It's almost been over for about a week. Almost.
Yeah, but it's Koei Tecmo. I mean, they still have ship blocked on games that should have been out for years.
Fair point.
Still pissed that I put
Oh, it's
all
more
that.
Bandai Namco as far as I'm aware, but
And tweeted.
So why don't you go ahead and get started on your thoughts concerning the beta, like what you experienced?
Oh, other than a few bugs here and there with connection issues, I didn't really have that much issues with the game. I actually really liked the layout of the UI because it let me know which teammates were in danger or which ones needed my help the most.
Yeah, that definitely took some getting used to, man.
And who to fucking pick
Because
on.
there was a lot of information on that user interface.
Oh, dude, it wasn't just the user interface. It was a little clunky. It was the combat mechanics, but what do you expect?
Well, like,
I'm used to playing it on a PSP.
Yeah, it's been years since I last played Dissidia, and I don't remember the button layout being like that.
For what it was, for console port, was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, it really was.
It was
like I was shocked at how on point Square Enix was with their patches for the beta.
Oh yeah, dude, they released 3 patches.
I remember getting kicked out mid-match to the main menu saying there's a patch that you need to update. I was like, what? It turns out it was to increase the matchmaking capabilities.
I was streaming when that happened, dude.
Huh?
I was streaming when that happened. I was so
you were
fucking pissed.
But it definitely made the matchmaking quicker.
Oh, and the fact that it looks like the full game's going to allow for custom UI, your own custom abilities. They have paved the way from where Dissidia started to a good start for PS4.
Yeah.
Because I remember when they said it might be canceled, and I was like, I actually got depressed over that.
Oh man, that's the first.
It almost got canceled.
When, like a year or two back?
Yeah, they were having issues actually getting everything going, and then they fixed it.
Like, another thing on the matchmaking thing, real quick. It also made it. Correct me if I'm wrong, anyone who watches this or what have you. But didn't the matchmaking patch also seem like it also made it more even as far as who you're matched with?
Yeah, because my first round as Cloud, just getting into the beta, like after we waited all day to install it, was against 3 golds. I was like, this is so not fair.
Holy cow, man.
I ended up placing silver at the end of the beta.
Yeah.
Silver A, but I didn't get any footage of that, and I'm kind of butthurt about that.
Dang it. One thing I really hope they incorporate as far as the matchmaking goes and online battles is the ability to team up with friends that have the game.
I think that's going to be in the full release.
Okay. Here's hoping that. Because that was honestly pretty upsetting. Not being able to bump into you or my buddy Keenan.
If you would have been in the enemy team, though, you would have been my bitch.
Yeah, right. I was playing Onion Knight.
I would have targeted you.
Have better internet, so.
and I am the Cloud that did a double kill.
Oh my goodness, dude! That freaking footage. Ah, that was beautiful.
I still can't. I've gone back and watched. I was like, I can't believe that fucking happened.
I can't believe that worked.
Right. And the quick select.
Let's actually go ahead and talk about like the character roster real quick. Like they had 14 characters to choose from, all of which were probably on the light side. I could be wrong considering the fact that I know Terra was on Chaos's side in Duodecim.
Yeah.
But I don't remember if Cloud was. I think he was.
He was. Because I loaded up Duodecim after the beta ended, and he was on the evil side.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Because Tifa's wish to ending wish to Cosmos was to revive him and make him good.
Yeah, it was because he's emo McEmoson. Well, Squall was on the evil side too.
No, he was on the good guy's side.
Oh, I thought Edgy McEderson would have been on the evil side.
No,
Because
he was on the good side.
with his giant, oversized, razor blade sword.
VGC, video game, what, conference?
Oh, I haven't seen anything on that. I knew it was going on.
Hmm.
I need to look into that. I think they're going to announce new Pokemon stuff there, like changes to Go on the card game changes, and more on the upcoming Switch game that's coming out for.
Oh, nice.
I still can't. You know why they're off topic? This is off topic, but
Well, yeah,
on the topic of Pokemon.
totally off topic. Oh, championship. Okay. I don't even have any Pokemon games currently, so.
Why we're on this topic? Do you know why there was not a Switch Pokemon game at release? The guy who was in charge of Pokemon thought the Switch was going to fail outright. He went on and said that publicly, and he also admitted he was wrong publicly.
Speaking of esports, we'll go back to the whole esports thing near the end of the thing because there's something I want to talk about. So, just in case, remind me of it near once we're done talking about Gundam Versus, but we haven't even reached that point yet.
All right, I made a note.
But there were 14 characters to choose from in the beta. We had Warrior of Light, which Magi here did a video on. What are your thoughts on him, on how he played?
Okay, I did not like how the Warrior of Light played, but I've never been a Warrior of Light main or anyone to play him. Like when I played him in Dissidia, I just kind of like mashed buttons and was like, let's get this over with.
Sounds to me like your experience with Warrior of Light is better suited towards the command style instead of the action style.
Yeah, but when it came down to it, I was able to score 2 wins in my video.
All right. Oh, so people aren't confused. Let's go over the button interface real quick before we continue.
Okay, yeah. Button interface is a big. It was weird not using X to jump.
Yeah, I could have sworn X was to jump in the PSP games.
It was. Because like I just said, I played Dissidia recently.
Let's see.
And Duodecim.
Yeah,
I do not like Duodecim.
In NT, you don't like Duodecim?
No. You think I would because of me having the biggest hard-on for Gilgamesh.
I haven't even unlocked them in Duodecim. Anyways, circle on the beta was for jumping.
Yeah.
What in the PSP games was the bravery attack?
It was circle.
It was circle?
I have it custom set to circle.
Okay, so originally jump was circle then.
No, the bravery attack is square. That stayed the same.
No, I'm not talking about it.
Jump was X.
Jump was X. Originally, what was the bravery attack? To attack the opponent's bravery? Square?
Square.
Okay. So, wait, what was the HP attack?
Triangle.
Triangle, that's right. And I think R and circle allowed you to dash.
Correct. But I swapped. But I swapped my triangle for my square because I found myself going for health attacks more than anything.
Okay. Let's see.
And your EX. Let's talk about the EX moves while we're on the interface.
Well, real quick before we go on to the EX moves. The X button in the beta was your bravery attack. And square was the HP attack in the beta. And that it was honestly like it's more intuitive in my opinion, but it took some getting used to.
It really did take a little bit to get used to.
Movement was your basic analog stick movement. Camera is right stick, if I recall correctly.
It was, and how did it feel to have a camera that worked?
That you could actually move around. That was pretty nice. It made it more dynamic, made it more made it easier to survey your surroundings, make sure nobody's right on you or how far people that are targeting you
The
are.
targeting system was weird, using
Yeah,
the L2 and R2 buttons.
yeah, that
And to
was
attack the crystal, you had to hold both of them down right next to the crystal, or else it would lock onto someone else.
yeah. Like L2 is to move your lock onto the enemy to your left,
Right.
and you'd have to press it more than once if you want the furthest on the left. Vice versa for the right. And L2 R2, if there were no crystal, locked you onto the nearest opponent.
Mm-hmm. Which saved my ass a lot in that beta when I wasn't recording.
Yeah. Let's see. R1 was the dash, correct?
Yes. Oh, and if you ran out of dash, you could easily be HP'd attacked.
Yeah, that was actually pretty cool. They added a dash gauge.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure there were a lot of people that were upset over it, but I found it to be pretty cool. By the way, how's our volume levels? Do they need to be lowered any? Because I can do that. I can raise them if need be.
Are you asking me?
I'm asking Dusty because he's the one watching. I should have asked this at the beginning, but I've never been one for actually writing out what I need to discuss or ask and whatnot.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to hear. Let's see. So now onto the real quick. Control the D-pad. Did the D-pad do anything? I don't remember.
No, it did not do anything.
Okay.
I think it has a specific function for no, it did do something. Instead of using the L stick, when I was using my poison, I could do down and triangle on the D-pad. But that's all it had a use for.
Okay.
But it only worked with down.
Okay. That was the next thing I was gonna bring up was the EX skills.
Okay, because it only worked with poison.
Okay.
Because the rest of the face buttons brought up like menus, chats.
That's right. It was the D-pad was the your little wheel.
Yeah.
Your little chat wheels.
But I like that.
I do too. That was actually pretty intuitive. Yeah, it was nice.
It was.
Like I'm hoping they introduce the ability to talk to people in your party.
They probably will.
If there is, but at the same time, I'm worried about that because I'm worried about there being potentially Call of Duty, Halo, or Battlefield type.
If this game does well, it's going to get an esport, and you know there'll be those type of little cockmunchers everywhere.
Yeah, that's
trying to get good at it.
That's true.
It has good esports potential with how fast it is, though.
Mm-hmm. Heck, I believe it went to what's the name of it again?
What?
Esports.
Oh, what I like to
do? No, that particular Evo. Thank you.
Yeah, that's where it actually got showed off, and a bunch of people that never got to play it got to play it then and there.
Nice. So
a bunch of teams.
Go ahead.
A bunch of teams at random got to play. And they all got beta keys for participating. It was completely optional.
But
yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the EX.
Yeah, the EX skills. Like to talk about it real quick before we move into the beta's version of the EX skills. In the PSP games, Dissidia and Dissidia Duodecim, the EX thing was this gauge you would fill up on the left side by attacking your enemy or destroying a crystal. And there would be these little orb type things that would come out, these little white type orbs that you would collect to fill your gauge. right?
That threw me off because of the crystal. From gathering the crystal, how they look like those little white orbs. So I was like, the hell? Do I need these?
So once you fill that up, you can press R and square. Square was your HP attack.
Yeah, it was.
R and square to enter an EX burst, where it raises your attack and various other things while you're in EX burst mode. And then if you do land if you press R and square again, oh wait, no, just if you hit an opponent with an HP attack while in EX burst mode, you get an EX burst attack, which deals a massive amount of damage if you manage to do the correct inputs, depending on the character.
You know what I'm hoping? What I'm really hoping for? Okay, I don't have a Dissidia video because I was like, you could go for that for reference.
That is true.
I only have Crisis Core.
Welcome. So in the beta for this game, the EX, there is no more EX gauge. In the beta, there were two different skill sets. One gives you your HP attack for the character. Each one's a separate HP attack, and then were two separate skill sets. Skill set A would give you don't remember what the up triangle was, but down triangle was Poison Gu.
Skill set A gave you an attack boost. A damage booster. I did it with the hero from Final Fantasy II because I had skill set A in my first try using him.
Okay, I was getting it confused with the skill set from B. The EX skill set was bravery share and an attack boost for your party.
It was still phenomenal.
But they also had you do these by pushing a direction either up in triangle or down in triangle. And each character had their own separate non-directional triangle EX skill. Like, for instance, with Cloud, it was what?
Cloud, depending on what skill set you use.
Just a regular triangle?
Yeah. It depended on what skill set because it gave him... because I was able to either throw tornadoes with skill set A, or with B, I was able to use the limit break.
Okay.
For the whole... Because you were asking how I did that after the beta with skill set B. It was my base triangle. I figured it out after because I didn't stop playing the beta after I recorded. I kept going because I'm like, how did I do that? I just figured out.
Real quick, I can't blame you, Dusty. I can't blame you one bit. I really do wish I had a Switch. But if you get a PS4 and I've got a working controller for it, and we have a game that we can all play together, I would definitely be down for playing.
I'd like to play some games with you, bro. But one problem, I'm not gonna hook up my phone to talk on chat on the Switch.
Yeah, it would have to be on Discord. Oh, we'd be talking through Discord. But I mean, like he was talking about, I can't wait to get a PS4 again so I can play with you guys again. So,
I know, but I'm saying the only downfall about a Switch is you have to have your phone connected to talk directly to the console.
Oh, through the console, yeah. But I'd rather use Discord or Skype or Hangouts.
I think that's what people are doing is using Discord.
So,
because they're like Nintendo royally muffed up.
Right on. I don't remember what the regular triangle button was for Furion.
I don't remember. I played him for one video and I was like, I don't like this guy. But I did get a double kill with him.
Nice.
With that whole tornado thing of blades he does with weapons.
DHP attack. What was it? Vortex of Arms, I believe it was.
Yes, that was cool. And cheap, if you knew how to time it.
Let's see. Onion Knight's triangle, it didn't matter which skill set it was. Triangle was a class change.
Yeah, it was.
The thing about Onion Knight is it didn't even matter if you pressed triangle. It automatically turns you into either ninja or I think it was sage. It was either sage or priest. And that would be dependent on whether or not you did a majority of physical attacks or magic attacks with your bravery attacks, or you know, and it would change the way you attack your opponents with your bravery attacks. It was really neat.
Onion Knight was strange for me.
I'm used to Onion Knight's speed because oh yeah, that's right. He wants to get the Switch because the main series Pokemon is going to it. Let's see.
Too bad Dissidia is only going to be PS4 exclusive. I can't blame him. A console Pokemon game is a dream.
Yeah, it really is. Like an actual main series one, not like Stadium or Coliseum.
I think we're getting Sun and Moon.
The second part?
No.
You think they'll be remaking Sun and Moon for the Switch instead of just making it also for the making the second part for the Switch as well as
Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon?
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I know they're giving more alone Pokemon in that, but that's way off topic.
Yeah, that really is. So remember, just a moment ago, I did speak about the EX gauge from the previous thing and the crystal. Oh, that's right. It's going to be its own game. So the crystal in this game doesn't fill up an EX gauge because there really isn't one except for the cooldown for your skills. The crystals this time is for a new bar that is introduced in NT, and that's the summon gauge. Instead of getting the EX burst, you and your teammates choose a summon, and depending on who picks what, like say,
I picked Shiva.
You pick Shiva. I pick Bahamut, and someone else picks one of the two that we chose. It's majority vote kind of thing.
Or if everyone picks a random one,
it's chosen randomly between the three.
I always won that random vote, by the way.
Nice.
I played almost only with Shiva, except for we got Odin one time. I was like, Odin, what's he gonna do? He's Odin, and he's just across the screen. Across the screen, I was like, holy shit, he's fuck mothering Odin. Dude, he was dangerous.
Yeah,
he was scary dangerous. I love all the reimaginings they did on all the summons.
Oh
except
yeah,
Rama.
The summons were Ifrit, Shiva, Rama, Odin, Alexander, and Bahamut,
and Leviathan.
Oh yeah, Leviathan was in there too. I feel stupid for that one.
No one picked Leviathan. That's why I didn't know.
And those that did pick Leviathan never got summoned.
I actually have footage of Leviathan being a thing.
So many people actually, it's not just me, but so many people in the beta didn't know how to summon.
Right? You taught me how to summon.
I found that out by looking at the tutorial video that was in the beta. Turns out, I don't give a flying fuck. Anyways, for those who don't know, to summon, once your gauge is full, you summon by pressing the touchpad in the center of the controller. This part right here, for those who don't know what a PS4 is. Oops, just turned on my PS4. You press that, and you'll be surrounded by this white circle, and you'll see a bar start to fill up in the slightly above the interface for your teammates.
Which can be interrupted.
Yeah, it can be interrupted by getting attacked, and you are wide open for attack while you're summoning. However, if your teammates also join in on the summoning, it fills the gauge so much faster.
Yep.
And I found this out the hard way. If your opponent's team manages to summon before you do, you don't get to get your summon out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I found something else out the hard way. It resets your summon bar. All the way. It'll reset your summon bar all the way. I have footage.
That didn't happen to me.
If you go look at my cloud video, my cloud gameplay video,
what,
you know, the hour-long one? Yeah. I have footage of that happening. I lost all my summon because we summoned at the exact same point because they were a second off. We were a second off from summoning. It counted as our summon being summoned, which I like. It makes you have to think to stop summoning, because if you do stop summoning, you're fine. You'll be fine at the end of the
Not really that big of a problem, because you're bringing up more topics for us to talk about towards the end of the video. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it, bro.
It is, but if I remember correctly, Dusty, for those who aren't able to see the chat, he says this Dissidia sounds really team heavy, which is cool, and it really is. But if I remember correctly, there is talk about there also being a 2v2 or 1v1 mode as well. So for those that don't really want to rely on a teammate, rely on doing team battles, they've got you covered if that indeed turns out to be implemented.
It might be DLC later along the line.
That is true. Oh, another thing we forgot to mention as far as the user interface. In between the bars are 3 gauges. In between the summon bars are 2 other bars, one red, one blue, with 3 gauges. Each of those is basically a life. And each time somebody becomes incapacitated, meaning their HP got knocked all the way down to 0, then 1 point of your team's gauge goes down. And once 3 incapacitations happen, whether on your opponent's team or on your own team, that's the game.
Oh, it sucks. Especially if you're a noob and everyone figures it out. You're gonna get wrecked, scrub.
Oh yeah. So let's go back to the character selection. Since we went over the summons that you can choose from, I don't remember what the various abilities the summons do. So let's go ahead and move back to the character select. We had Warrior of Light. We had Furion from Final Fantasy II. Final Fantasy III had Onion Knight. Final Fantasy IV had Cecil. I didn't get the chance to play anyone else besides Warrior of Light for a brief match. Furion and Onion Knight, but
I actually have all the I made thumbnails for all of them in case I was able before I got sick.
So I don't remember. I don't know whether or not Cecil you could actually move back and forth between Dark Knight and Paladin like you could in the PSP games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was dependent. I wasn't sure if that was dependent on the skill set. So
here's who was playable in the demo: Furion, Zidane.
Well, hold on. I'm getting to them. 5 had Bartz.
Yeah, Bartz.
6 was, of course, Terra. 7 was, of course, Cloud. 8, of course, Squall.
Emo McEmoson.
9 was Zidane. Or Zidane, however you wish to pronounce it. 10 was Titus. Or Titus, for those who prefer to call him that. 11 was Santoro.
Yeah. 12 was Vaughn.
He's actually, once you get used to him, he's not bad. At least in Duodecima. I never got to try him out in the beta.
13 is Lightning, and God, she you know why she's so powerful? She has 2 fucking skill sets. She gets 2 different attack styles in 1 skill set. She gets the flip flop in Dissidia NT, and oh my!
Forget though, in the game she's from, she can do that.
Yeah, Bullshit.
And 14 was Ishtola.
The healer. And God, was she annoying.
I didn't really have too much trouble facing any Ishtolas. The characters I had trouble facing off against were Terra, because her freaking long range game is freaking strong. Like, phenomenal strong.
It's like playing keep away with a live grenade.
And same for Shantoto.
You call that strong? I hate that character so much that if I saw them, I'd be like, mine, 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 mine.
Goodness, Dusty. So,
oh God, Dusty. If you lick it, it's yours. Those are the rules.
So I don't think she would take too kindly to that.
I think she'd stab him right in the head. It'd be hilarious.
Speaking of lightning, though, holy cow, her attacks. Jeez Louise, those attacks. Not only are they fast, but like her vortex attack or whatever the heck it was, the one that causes that purple vortex thing to spin along the ground towards you.
That was when she flipped to a more aggressive stance, because her weapons would change colors.
Mm-hmm.
Like they would look like regular swords, and then they'd have red aura when she flipped. And that vortex was when she flipped.
And the other one was, I'm guessing, would be her scavenger set. She would basically pull a Zidane, put her swords together, and do like this charge attack. That attack, honestly, needs to be kind of nerfed a little bit, give some major cooldown to it or something. Because,
especially if you're going to do a damn wall, because
exactly, because there is wall damage.
Wall fucking
with that attack. You can get knocked into the wall with that, which deals even more damage.
Me.
And that can basically be spammed until you're incapacitated. And there's a respawn. You can respawn if your team has the lives to do so. But it doesn't. Luckily, respawning doesn't take up another bar from the gauge.
Yep, thank God. Problem with respawning though is you could still be locked onto by the other opponent.
So characters you had trouble with dealing with?
Mostly lightning.
Because of what I just mentioned?
I ran into mostly lightning players that were either gold or silver. Lightning had a lot of love. I actually had problems against Squall.
I can understand that his bravery attacks are pretty freaking fast. And the combo game, his combo game with the bravery attacks is pretty freaking on point.
It's not on point when you hit him with Meteo. And keep corner fucking him with Meteo until he dies.
Yeah, I can see that.
No, it's because on land or in the air, he is dangerous.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, God. Nice, dude. I will respawn over and over.
So, something I forgot to mention concerning in-game. Whenever you are locked onto an enemy, it would show that line, correct?
Yes.
However, there would be a line towards you, depending for whenever you are being targeted.
Yep. You ever have 3 lines on you at the same time? It's horrifying.
It really is. Like
I locked onto the crystal and flew the hell away.
You have to be quick on getting used to the UI, because you have to on the UI, it'll be on the bottom will be your HP and bravery right above that. Like right about here.
Yeah.
And underneath the HP would be your skill set, your EX moves. And then above your HP would be your teammates' HP and braveries off to the side of their HP, and same for the other team on their side. And next to the bravery, depending on if there are any characters locked onto that person, it would show which number it is that is locked onto you, because each person is designated a number at the beginning of the match.
One through 6.
Yep.
What was your opinion on, instead of levels, he had ranks?
That was actually pretty interesting, though I'm pretty sure as far as local, there will be levels. I'm honestly hoping they allow you to do what you could do in the PSP games, like make your own sets, or at least change out the bravery attacks and HP attacks.
It looks like, like I said earlier, it looks like they're going to have the customization for it.
And something tells me, like, go ahead.
Because it looked like there was A through G or H. Because that list was fucking huge.
It really was.
And you only got 2. You know?
Yeah. Which, honestly, like, the whole character roster that we know of so far, it's actually pretty small, but now that you mention it, the customization as well as the graphics are freaking beautiful.
Damn graphics. Oh my god, damn graphics. That blew me away when I first logged in. I was like, okay, how are they going to make an arcade game look this good on PS4? All right, man, holy shit, this is awesome.
I don't say that very often, but I was blown away. Like, it was just gorgeous. Oh, yeah. But the customization and the graphics, I now understand why there's actually not that big a roster. It's bigger than the original Dissidia's roster, but it's smaller than the Duodecim roster, if I recall correctly.
It distinctly lacks something. I can't put my Gilgamesh.
I think he's going to be one of the DLC characters, dude.
And I'm going to buy that DLC the moment it goes live. You can bet your sweet ass on that. Because he is Gilgamesh. He is the Deadpool of Final Fantasy.
I suppose. Let's not forget, Gilgamesh is voiced by the same guy who voiced Waka.
I choose to forget that, because Waka can go die in a fire.
And there was another character he voiced, I'm trying to remember, that was pretty prominent.
If you played Final Fantasy 13-2, the Gilgamesh DLC. And then when he gets tired of using guns, like, these are pansy weapons. I hope they keep that alive if they put Gilgamesh in NT. Like, he makes some kind of console
dorkiness.
Yeah.
Dorkiness. Like, seeing as I didn't play 5 until about a couple of years ago, all the way through. 2 or 3 years ago. My first... No, Kefka wasn't in 5.
No, I'm saying Kefka needs to be in the full release.
I'm pretty sure he will be, dude.
Him and the gay lover. The gay giving... The evil giving tree.
This is what I get for reading you that Final Fantasy in a nutshell list.
I have you also sent me the link and I have it bookmarked forevermore.
So the levels. I don't remember what all levels I got to experience, but wow.
I know I got to experience 2 more than you.
Yeah. We both have been to Besaid Island. That was
from 10?
One of my favorites. Yeah. That was one of my favorites. I never got to go to Midgar.
Been there twice.
Yeah, I know. Midgar was where you got that double KO with Meteor Rain.
And that was
your victory. That was a victory.
I'm still shaking over that, dude. Still shaking over that. Because we were this close to dying. We were this close to losing the match. I was like, I'm going to level up. I need this.
Rabanastre is one of the stages you got to go to. That was pretty cool. Rabanastre from 12.
I have my sound muted on my computer, and I'm looking up the video.
Okay.
So I can tell you what worlds I went to.
You got to go to Narsh from 6. That was pretty sweet.
I think I went to all the levels, actually. At least once.
Don't remember the name of the one from 14. 13, I want to say was the. It looked like it was the bridge area of whatever that ship was. I want to say the Orphan
Yeah.
ship, but
I went to the world of Final Fantasy V.
what was that one? The Rift.
Yes.
Okay.
I went to. Hold on.
Final Fantasy IV was the moon, the subterranean.
Moon. That was cool.
Yeah. Or subterranean cavern, one of the two. Anyways.
Yeah, it was last floor, Incandescent Rift, Final Fantasy V.
Interdimensional Rift. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Last floor of the Interdimensional Rift. Basically the final stage where you face off against Exta. And Gilgamesh, or whoever it was that Gilgamesh killed at the end of the fight.
Yeah, then 10 was Betrayed Island.
Mm-hmm. I went to 9s as well. I think that was Alexandria.
Yes, Alexandria was in the game. I actually got to go there a lot.
The marketplace. That was pretty sweet.
I hated the marketplace. It was too close quarters battle for me.
It was just a circular arena.
There were places to get corner fucked in that arena.
Oh yeah, primarily the center stalls, because you could not destroy them.
Don't remind me.
However, I think R1 and Circle allowed you to run up walls or trees or whatnot.
Yeah, and
one was the fields outside of Corneria.
Yeah, 2 was
Cornelia. Sorry,
Pandemania or
oh yeah, Pandemonia.
Yeah, 2 was Pandemonia. So that's 1 was with Cornelia Fields. 2 was Pandemonia.
I think 3 was. I don't think 3 had a stage.
It did have a stage.
Really?
All of them did.
I wouldn't doubt it one bit if it was either the Crystal Tower. Oh wait, no, 3 was the floating continent.
Yeah, it was.
That was gorgeous. I wanted to see what it was like. I'm sorry, but hey, that's part of the point of this.
What?
He said, "Y'all are making me want to play this."
I'm sorry.
Real quick,
13 was port something.
13?
Yes.
You mean 14, right? What's those symbols? XIV?
XIV.
That's 14.
Port something was the stage for 14.
All right. I'll look it up in just a moment. I want to check something real quick concerning Dissidia Final Fantasy NT. This will be released on the 29th of January, for those who are wondering. January 29th of next year.
Nashka Outskirts was 6.
Oh, the Narsh Outskirts, yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been more interesting, in my opinion, though, if it was actually in Narsh, or at least up on the cliffs. But it wasn't. It was basically the area right outside Narsh, if I recall correctly.
Boy already said Midgar.
Mm-hmm. 8, I wouldn't doubt it one bit if it was Galbadia Garden.
I know for a fact that I went to 8. I'm looking for the footage right now. The Royal City of something was.
Here, send me the link. Send me the link in the Hangouts chat if you can.
Oh, for my video?
Oh, okay. My bad. My bad. I thought you were looking at a list.
Oh, I can go look up a list. That's what you so wish. I had to turn off my cam for a minute.
All right, man.
Look for this list. I'll get you that list though.
Let's see. Porta D was Final Fantasy 14's. 13 was indeed Eden. 8 did not have a stage, neither. I don't think, anyways.
The Koei Tecmo has been on point, dude, with their games as of late.
Yeah. Wait, I don't remember Koei Tecmo actually having anything to do with this game. I remember Team Ninja had a hand in it.
Dissidia Final Fantasy is a video game developed by Team Ninja of Koei Tecmo and published by Square Enix and Taito. Taito.
I will be right back, but when I get back, we can continue this. But I won't be long.
Okay. Take your time, dude. Oh, yeah, duh, I'm already in the... What the hell? Got thrown out of the call. No, I didn't. Damn tech problems. I love it. I can't do shit with my computer, but I can do everything with my phone. Oh, there we go. Yay. Now that he is gone, I am alone. Oh, dude, hopefully you do, because that'd be so fun to have a full roster, a full team roster. And not having to rely on randoms, because sometimes the randoms did not know how to. It's like they never played a team-based game. It's like they got into the beta and were like, okay, I'm in the beta. Cool. I was like, come on, guys. You've certainly at least played COD before. Everyone's played COD once. But yeah, it was kind of embarrassing to have just a bunch of randoms. Especially people who didn't know what they were doing.
All right, I'm back. So, was there any... What's up?
The trans-dimensional asshole returns.
Ha 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 ha.
No one came in, and I was just...
There's a video sync? Like, what do you mean? Like, there's some lag between the audio and video? Because let's not forget, my connection is honestly not that good. Speaking of which, the lag was real. Yeah, it may as well do that. But yeah, man, go ahead and unmute your mic.
It's Dusty's connection. I was checking the stream. It's your friend's connection because it's working for me. Fine.
Okay. But yeah, man, the lag was so real in that.
Oh God, I had to learn to fight with lag.
That was like fun. It was so bad. I couldn't help but worry that someone was using, what was it called?
Lag switches. You were saying people were.
I couldn't help but think that there was, because of just how bad the lag was and how coincidental it was that it only happened whenever a certain person was on the ropes.
I can tell you, it wasn't a lag switch from personal.
I realized that later on, but
from personal.
So if those people were able to hear me, I do apologize.
From personal wall fuckings. That sucked.
No, it wasn't that for me. It was just, oh my goodness. Ugh. Oh, I think 8 was the training ground.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. I just thought it was your connection.
Wait,
what?
For those, what?
Nothing.
I think 8th stage was the training area inside of the first garden of the game.
Yeah?
I think it was the area where you see Squall and Cypher face each other in the opening FMV.
Huh.
But then again, I could be confusing it with a completely different stage. So, let's see. But yeah, the graphics, man, the graphics were gorgeous. Like the videos, as good as they look in the videos,
They
it
don't
does
almost
not do it justice. That's how good
no.
the graphics were. And I'm not one to get hung up on the graphics of games and whatnot. So long as they aren't atrocious on a particular level, unless that's what they were going for like, let's say, a callback.
Right.
I think we've exhausted talking about Final Fantasy Dissidia NT. Or Dissidia Final Fantasy NT.
I think we have almost.
Do you have something else to bring up concerning it?
What was your opinion on the summon damage?
Considering the fact that I only got to witness Shiva, Bahamut, and Alexander. Oh wait, I got to witness the Freak as well.
No, fuck him. His fucking flaming tackles of death.
I thought it was honestly. I thought it was good. I have no problems with it.
I love how each one of them locks onto a certain person who's doing the most damage on your team.
Oh, we're not going to the esport just yet. I forgot to put in the title that we were also going to talk about the other beta that happened near the end of the beta for Final Fantasy NT, and this one was an open beta. And this particular one was Gundam Versus.
Yeah, get footage of it getting deep shit.
Yeah.
The game, the movie, rated R.
I only got to play it one time.
I had to play a little bit of it.
But I mean, like, that one time I played a pretty good amount. I just didn't do any of the online stuff.
Oh, online was worse than NT.
Really?
The lag was mega real. Like, it was random too. Like, the match would start and it would show everyone, like, the Gundams, like, and then it'd show the player names, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And just be like, the names would even be coming in block by block.
Oh, goodness.
That's how I wanted to record so bad. I was like, I can't. Not now. I was like, the lag was super fucking real.
It was so real. It was like watching a slideshow.
A slideshow would have been blushing. But when it didn't lag, it was high speed.
No idea. We don't have Smash Brothers for anything right now.
Nah, one day.
And I have no way to really record it.
And I'm working with limited tech, but as soon as I get everything done, everything I need done and gotten, there will be Smash Brothers.
Heck yeah.
But back to what I was saying, but when the lag wasn't real, it was high speed off the wall. Where the fuck am I going? Action. It was fun. I didn't like the offline stuff, but it was good for beginners who've never played a Gundam game in their life.
You haven't played the Gundam Versus?
Yeah, and honestly, I shit on, stuff like that. But I found myself playing a lot of it when the lag was too real.
Yeah.
And
I'm sorry, Dusty. I had to sell them. I needed the money. I hate that, but I'll eventually pick them back up. After all, I pretty much bought all the DLC for both versions.
You have Bayonetta.
I have every character and almost every single Mii fighter costume.
Nice. But yeah, I found myself enjoying it, and after NT kind of like blew my brains out with a shotgun, I was kind of unimpressed by Gundam Versus. As much as I hate to say it, being a Gundam fighter, a Gundam lover,
Yeah.
You're not supposed to use any words like that, dude. Remember, we talked about it.
Hey, they might not be able to see it, so whatever.
Okay, anyways, as we were talking. But I'm just sad because there was no Big Zam.
There really wasn't, but the roster, if I read correctly, the roster that you got to use in the open beta is the entire roster that will be in the full game.
If you got enough points to unlock someone.
Fair point. But
The
holy
points were
cow.
fucking outrageous.
Holy cow. That roster.
No, that's a big ass roster.
So stupid that my favorite mobile suits that I had set in the 6 slots you can set to favorites were mostly Gundam Wing characters.
Shine finger.
They didn't have any G Gundam.
I know. That's the part.
Man, that was actually disappointing.
Right? Yeah. But you're right. It was disappointing not to see any G Gundam characters.
Even if it was just Shining Gundam and Devil Gundam. Or Dark Gundam, as it was called. God Gundam
like
and Devil Gundam.
Well, they were using all the original names for the Gundam. So I think it would have been Devil.
But, oh my goodness, man. To go into some of the mechanics,
I did not like that gunshots were depletable.
Really? It made sense.
Did not like it.
But it makes sense, though. I mean, heck, as far as I'm aware, that's how it was in the PS2 games.
I know, but it's something I was hoping they could improve on. Because everything else, it just felt like once you ran out of everything, you're fucked.
Yeah, you had to rely on your physical attacks, pretty much.
So I hate to admit this,
whatever your L1 is for the Gundam.
I hate to admit this. I played a lot of the first generation Gundam.
So what? Just regular Gundam?
Regular Gundam. So I could be like,
he was one of my favorites.
So I could be like, hammer. That hammer was fucking. If you could charge it up all the way, it was like a little mini nuke. It actually won me a few online matches, bro.
Heck yeah. Well, his hammer attack is his strongest move.
Oh yeah. By the way, you get hit when you're charging up the hammer. It counts as you using it. You lose it.
Oh, that was your L1?
Yeah.
Okay.
You lose it and it goes straight on cooldown.
My primary one that I used, it was I did pretty much nothing but offline stuff. The one I used for the most part was go figure, Death Scythe Custom. Death Scythe Hell Custom.
Really?
Yeah. Who did you tend to use for your striker, your assist character?
No one.
You can't choose no one. You can't.
I never summoned the striker.
Oh, so you just stuck with the whatever it was you started with for the striker?
Yep.
Okay.
I think it was regular Gundam and regular Gundam. I didn't, like I said, I was unimpressed, but at the same time, I was coming off a mental high from Dissidia, so I was like, I'm just gonna play and wreck more people online for the hell of it, and for the lulz.
In offline mode, and the offline stuff, there was even the ability to go through the first set of missions.
Yeah, I was doing some of those.
That was fun. I did all 5 or 6 of them. I
only did 3 and then got back online because that online was like a drug. Even though it was laggy as hell, it was like, gimme. gimme makes me happy. You know, we didn't do one of these for
forever.
Destiny.
It took forever for me to get used to the mechanics for this game, man. Like forever. It took like 4 or 5 matches before I got the hang of it. But then again, Death Scythe Hell Custom is weak compared to many of the others.
Really?
Nice. But yeah, it took me like 5 or 6 battles to get used to the mechanics to where I stood a chance.
Huh.
But then again, those battles were also 2v2, and most of the time I was getting targeted by the AI.
That AI can suck a nut.
But yeah, they pretty much a full roster. Almost every mobile suit in the series has been represented. They even had some from Iron-Blooded Orphans and Origins, I believe.
I saw someone online.
Don't get started on that.
I saw someone online playing as an Iron-Blooded Orphan gun and was like, "That's pretty cool looking. You would look nice in my dragon." And targeted him specifically. I think I made him mad because he rage quit halfway through the battle before I killed him.
Oh
no. It's because I've never seen Gundam. I have not seen any Gundams from Iron-Blooded Orphans. So, like, that looks really cool. And I looked at my Gundam and was like, my Gundam looks like shit. So, by proxy, I'm going to make you suffer. It's literally, I'm not going to start my orphan hate or my orphan rants. I'm just saying. I saw a Gundam I never saw before and just laid the hammer into it.
Okay.
But they look cool. All the Gundams look really good. They look like they could just be popped out of the show. And in the real life, the attention to detail they gave with the Gundams was nice and well deserved.
We haven't done any vids together, I don't think, since we lived in the trailer, Dusty. But it's been a couple of months, to be honest, since I last talked to him, but I will be talking with him soon. But heck, since we're talking about betas and I don't really have anything else to talk about concerning Gundam Versus, it was only like a day or two long.
It wasn't enough time.
It really wasn't. But I think the primary focus of that beta was to basically stress test the servers. I'm pretty sure.
Well, they need to take a hammer and start stress testing them harder.
Hey, let's not forget our internet's stink.
My internet sucked, and I got better connection on Dissidia.
Fair point.
That's my point.
But since we're talking about betas and we haven't done a discussion over the Destiny 2 beta, holy crap, man.
Dude, I kind of want to get Destiny 2 at the same time. I heard the developers, because Destiny's now out.
Destiny 2?
It's out now.
That's right, it is.
And it looks good from what I've seen. It makes the developers really learned from their mistakes with D1.
And to be fair, there weren't really very many mistakes in the first place.
Besides the pay-to-win content?
Most of the pay-to-win stuff was for PvP.
Which they need to
and most of the stuff that you bought with real-world money was nothing but shaders for the most part.
Yeah, they kept that.
So, shaders are just cosmetic.
I'm probably going to end up spending a lot of money getting shaders.
Shaders and whatever ship you use on the interim between planets.
You have to spend real world money to get a speeder bike.
Okay.
Unless you can find one, but if you find one in the world, you get to keep it.
Right on. Heck, Destiny 2's beta was the first time I had ever experienced the Crucible.
That was fun.
It really was. It makes me wish I had Rise of Iron on Destiny 1 so I can participate in the Crucible on that.
Destiny's making a comeback. D1's still doing great.
It's good to hear. But
I
man,
like
we had a lot of close matches in the a lot of fun in the
for someone who's never played Crucible, you were just wrecking.
That's primarily thanks to my Warlock's special.
Yeah, and then whenever I got my Hunter's abilities off, you were behind me throwing your heel on the ground down. Come here, come here, come here. Save me, save. And then we both chunked those floating grenades out to keep safe.
Yeah.
Dude,
Oh
fighting
man,
that raid boss was a bitch.
That was hectic. Are all was all Crucible events basically? Since I'm still unaware of how PvP was in Destiny 1, was all the Crucible stuff pretty much just capture the points, King of the Hill type stuff?
Yes. And they had eliminations and everything. Like, honestly, I suggest actually trying this stuff out when you can, when you finally get the expansion, and trying it before getting to and trying it, the online stuff, because once you get through the story, I mean, there's not much else to do.
Pretty much, you'll just be grinding Crucible and the hard mode stuff as well as raids in order to get better equipment.
But if you can get good at Crucible, you get free gear for winning.
Yeah, depending on your level, I think. Depending on your light level.
Yep.
So you want to talk about the story mode mission that was in the Destiny 2 beta?
You mean the little cock tease they gave us?
Yeah, like it felt like we were going through one of the missions from the Taken King expansion from Destiny 1. And turns out I was somewhat correct in thinking that.
It was fun. That raid boss was a bitch and can go burn in the deepest 9th layer of beta hell.
Primarily because of that final phase. Like the raid boss was basically like this gigantic freaking mech. I forget. I think the race for it is Vex, but I could be wrong.
They were Vex, and I'm glad I got footage of that.
Yeah, seriously, like go check it out if you ever get the chance. I'll post the link in the description after this is done.
I'm also glad that one dude stuck with us.
Right?
For the fucking the hour grind we went through. You could tell he was losing his skill because of how many times all of us kept dying. We were just all playing medic.
Like we were basically like we were having difficulty to the point that we were getting upset enough that it was affecting our skill and we were getting defeated in the first phase.
Suddenly, hey Hunter, me and him will heal each other and we'll get you if you fall. Be DPS. I'm out of ammo. It's like it knew. It's like it fucking knew I was out of ammo.
And what made the final phase so much more difficult wasn't the fact that we had tons of goblins coming in and just rushing us from all sides. But after a set amount of damage in the final phase, he would walk onto the platform and could just literally curb stomp us.
I can't believe in my last moments of life, I was able to bring you back to life, die, and you were able to get the winning kill.
Yeah, like we were taking turns picking someone up, taking pot shots at the enemy while the other one runs and waits for their shield to restore.
God, that was stress.
And then rinse and repeat. And it's just like, oh my God, man. It made us its bitch.
I like the new gun variants.
Yeah, too bad like all the equipment and whatnot stayed at the exact same light. So there really wasn't much difference, really.
Except Elemental.
Yeah, that was about it.
I think that's all I have to say on Destiny 2, other than go out and pick it up. Pick up the full release. It was awesome.
Seriously. I'm looking forward to eventually getting my hands on all 3 games.
Yeah, I want to get all 3 as well.
So that esports bit. I don't really know what to say concerning the Pokemon
No, I don't.
Video Game Championship.
All I have right now is a PS4, and that's it. I can't even do Steam.
Yeah, his computer. I have dubbed it GLaDOS because it's basically a potato.
Yeah. I am planning to pick up a 2DS, the new 2DS, though, later on, around Christmas time when it's on sale. I'm actually going to go out on Black Friday, and I'm going to want you to be there with me, even if it is through the phone, dude.
All right. Heck, honestly, once my 3DS starts giving out, I will probably try and save up some money for the new 2DS XL as well because, well, it's something that I am glad about. They added the ability to close the blasted thing.
That's why I hated the original design of the 2DS.
Yeah. I mean, granted, the 2DS was made for children, but
I guess I'm a child then, because I loved my 2DS till milk got spilled on it. Unrelated story.
but the prime reason I wanted to go back to the esports near the end of it is because Magi and I and another of our friends have been watching a YouTube Red show called Good Game, and it's hilarious.
I'm going to be streaming myself playing.
Bit of warning for those that are under a certain age. There is vulgarity and whatnot in it. So,
oh, it's awesome.
But it's made by Jessie Cox, and I think her name was Michelle Morrow. Or Morrow. And they work with a couple of the characters in it are played by the Game Grumps, Danny and Aaron, or Eagle Raptor.
I'm probably going to either be streaming Rocket League later tonight or Paragon, because Good Game has made me want to get back into the MOBA scene. Do I have enough space? Because I'll start downloading it now. Smite?
Well, at least you can continue playing on your PS4.
Even if my controller is to be held together with duct tape, I call it a challenge. I'll keep playing, dude. So what was this esports thing you were talking about, bro?
I was...
Him. Like, what game?
He was primarily talking about Pokemon. But I feel bad for never finishing off all of the quote-unquote esports stuff that Nintendo was doing.
They were doing esports?
During E3. Yeah, they were doing tournaments for Splatoon 2, ARMS, and oh goodness, what was the third one? I don't think it was Smash, and I definitely don't think... I think it may have been Smash, but it was... I remember those two.
He said, yep, always Pokemon. All damn Pokemons. All damn Pokemons. Oh my goddamn Pokemons.
He's a Poke fan, big time.
I love Pokemon.
Pokemon's fun. I just
Remember
burnt myself out nearly completing Omega Ruby back when I had it.
I'm planning to get Pokeballs on my knuckles. All the various Pokeballs I like.
Right on.
Pokemon.
Oh yeah, thank you. It was Pokken Tournament.
Pokken Tournament
Was the other one.
I'm interested in that game, but at the same time,
DX.
I want to get the Switch version.
Yeah, it was all Switch games that they were doing. Also, speaking of the Nintendo tournaments and whatnot, I'm looking forward to this year's Nintendo World Championship.
It should be fun.
Right? I wonder which YouTube personality will be in there, if at all, this time. Because last time, in the 2015 E3, it was Aaron, Ego Raptor.
Nice.
And he made it pretty far.
Get Marky Moo.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it one bit.
Or Pro Jared.
He does like his Nintendo games.
Oh, yeah. I put the crap out of Pokken. Nice, dude. Whenever I get a Switch or a Wii U, even though it's a dead console, we should play. Rest in peace, Mies. Rest in peace. Take a drag off your cigarette for your fallen Mies.
Speaking of the Wii U and 3DS, man, Miiverse is gone. They shut down the Miiverse on those systems.
I know. I watched the live stream from people. Held a ceremony for their Mii on a Switch, but it's no longer online. I'm like, come on, I like that video. They were talking. They're doing the Splatoon thing. It was like, this stream is to our fallen Miis.
Oh man!
I want to get Splatoon 2 because I never got to experience Splatoon 1.
Right? Like,
actually, my internet's not being foobar today.
Heck, at this point, concerning Switch games, I'm honestly highly tempted to go ahead and just pick up the Wii U version of Breath of the Wild if I ever get the money for it, just so I can experience the game. It's the only Zelda game outside of the CDI games and Zelda's Adventure.
Oh, wait till I make you play those.
I have yet to play.
Wait till I make you play those. You're going to hate me. Because guess what? No backseat. You're playing them. I'm just going to be sitting there lapping up your sadness.
Regardless of the fact that Wii U is a dead console, it's going to be a sad day when they take down the ability to play with friends online on it.
I'd hush up before Nintendo listens and does it.
Oh, they're planning on it eventually, dude. I'm just saying.
I'm talking like in the next week or two.
I'm not like you. I'm not like you. I don't say something and then it happens a week or the following week or within a few days.
Let's not bring that back up.
Freaking jinx.
Jinx! Shut up, bitch. I know it.
Oh my god.
You brought that on yourself.
Yes, I did.
I'm glad we have
For those who don't know, that was a Team 4-Star Dragon Ball Z Abridged reference.
Oh, wow. I actually have enough room on my console to get both Smite and Paragon.
Nice.
Paladins, I mean. I already have Paragon.
But yeah, for those who haven't watched my update video in closing, for those who haven't watched that update video, hold on a moment.
Bless you.
My controller is basically out of commission, and until I can get a replacement, I won't be able to continue making Super Meat Boy videos or even other videos for my channel. But in the meantime, Magi here will be screen sharing, or not screen sharing, but share playing with me, and I'll be co-commentating with him on videos for his channel.
It's so you don't go crazy.
Yep. Do you have any closing words?
Not really. I've said everything I needed to.
Okay. And just so people who watch this stream afterwards don't get confused as to why we're talking about more than just Dissidia Final Fantasy NT. Maybe eventually, but I'm still working on getting my disability. So, my SSI stuff. But this is basically the end of it. And just to make sure people aren't confused as to why we're talking about more than what's on this current title, I'm going to be changing the title to where it's I was talking about three different the three betas, and then just random stuff for a brief moment. So anyways, thanks for coming out to the stream, man. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Next stream, live stream like this that I do might be next week, to be perfectly honest. And it's going to be on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 1 and 2.
Oh, we're not going to do 3?
Over with. No, because I'm not done with it yet.
You'll be done soon.
And I don't want it to be overly long, so I may as well make it just parts 1 and 2. Especially since I've already finished it.
People are going to ask us about 3.
I get that, but I'll be like, no, I'm not done with it yet. And I wanted to get the main stories out of the way. So, because you can't really talk about JoJo without bringing up at least part 1.
Yep.
So,
all right.
But yeah, this is the end of the stream. So, hope y'all enjoyed.
No problem.
And Magi, I'll see you on Skype after we're done here. And until next time, y'all take care.